Hey everybody. If you're tuning in, please just hang in a few minutes while others jump on. We are setting up and we'll get started very shortly.
Happy Thursday, everyone.
All right, let's see if there's anybody on the live channel just so we
check it
connect.
out. See who's here, who's watching.
All right, let me turn that down.
Great.
All right.
So everybody, give us just a couple more minutes. It's 12 o'clock. It's our start time, but we want to just give everybody a couple of minutes to join in with us and experience this webinar today. Hope everybody's doing okay today.
And I think we had some technical difficulties last week, so this week we are going to try a new software actually, and it's been making our lives pretty easy.
Yeah.
Feel free. Oh, there's our live stream. Okay, great.
So please give us feedback. Let us know how
My
this
life's
presentation
pretty
is
easy.
versus the last presentation, everybody.
Hey, there's Dean. How are you, Dean? Okay, so it's working this week. We have the live chat up. We have our cams up, and I think we're good to go. So it is 12 o'clock Pacific and 3 p.m. East Coast,
Yes.
and I think we have a few subscribers on. And I know more people will jump in, so I'm gonna curate the chat, and Jamie's gonna drive the presentation today, and we're gonna have more of a conversation. So bear with us, but here we go.
All right. So welcome everybody. I want to thank you for joining us for today's webinar. My name is Jamie, that's Jamie, Brown just like the color, and I'm co-founder and CEO at Nature Science Health. Our CBD brand EvoCann offers a full spectrum line of CBD products. For the next few weeks, we are going to review some topical and internal uses of CBD. Today, KG Varela, our founder and CEO of Nature Science Health, will be giving everyone a better understanding. He and I both will be giving everybody a better understanding of the correct ways and applications for CBD, showcasing our EvoCann brand. Just a little housekeeping before we get started, everybody. If you have any questions during this presentation, please type them into the question box on your YouTube panel to the right. During the presentation, we will bring them up, and we will also leave a little bit of time for questions at the end. Now, without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. KG Varela, everybody.
So first off, thank you, Jamie, and I appreciate the introduction and everyone taking the time out of the day to tune into our live weekly webinar and hear about all the great things that EvoCann is doing, and also creative ways and new ways to use this new supplement that's hitting the market known as CBD in our lives, in our body, and our health. So today, for our second webinar, we're talking about topical usage again, but this time we're talking more about the hair in the face. And when we say hair, we both mean hair, scalp, and as well as beard for the men. Women more focused on the scalp, the hair, when we talk about the hair products, and then the face and the skin. So a couple things about hair and face. Just some things to start out, and let me jump into the next slide. Oh, actually, let me correct myself. Jamie's going to talk about the mission, but before he does that, the hair and face, it's like a sponge. The skin is like a sponge. So everything that we put in and on our body will eventually absorb into our body and can influence positively or negatively our health or our wellness. So it's super, super important to really understand what we put in and on our bodies on a daily basis. And then we're going to talk about that today and how our products are designed to be natural and accepted by the body, and as well as how we've designed them to really work and show results. So we'll get into some of the details. Sorry for interrupting you, Jamie, but I'm going to jump back into the slide.
Okay, no problem. You can interrupt anytime. So everybody, I just want to say we will touch bases on our mission within every webinar that we have because it's super important, and we want to let you guys know why we decided to start this company. Our beginning started out as a cancer survivor's personal mission while fighting the hard fight against cancer and realizing there were not many options out there. So controversially, the food and products we place in our bodies can really have good and bad health consequences later in life. We are committed to developing cleaner, more efficient, and far safer plant-based products than many of the conventional products available on the market today. So, and what I mean by that, we create products that have no preservatives, dyes, chemicals, carcinogens that are found in many conventional health and wellness products that you will find in stores this day and time. And they can contribute to, lifestyle autoimmune disease trends that we often see in the U.S. Cancer, diabetes, to go on and on. KG, would you like to elaborate a little bit more on our mission?
Yeah, so Jamie mentioned, why we created this company, cancer and cleaning up products. But when you really think about the adverse effects of, let's just say, products that we put on our skin and our face on a daily basis, our toothpaste, our deodorants, our lotions, all this can end up in the body. So what we're saying is, we've taken the thought out of it for you. We've cleaned it up. We've engineered it so that way it's healthy. It doesn't have any of these negative health ramifications like cancer, diabetes that we're seeing. The statistics are quite scary these days. And this is what we call lifestyle autoimmune disease. So these are things that are acquired because the way you eat, the way you live, the way, let's just say, where you live. If you're living next to a factory, breathing in industrial air, you're going to have a different, your health is going to be impacted differently than someone that's, breathing fresh air by the coast. So all these different aspects of just normal life is what we've kind of baked into our products, so that way you don't have to think about it. We've cleaned it up for you, and then you get a great result. And I think the last point on the slide is that all our products are trusted by holistic health professionals and by health conscious people everywhere. Each of our products are carefully sourced, and Jamie can speak to that. And we test very carefully for purity, quality, and safety. So we rigorously test our products to make sure that you're getting the very best of nature. So again, this is our mission. This is why we created the company, and this is what we're about.
Yes.
All right, so jump back into the presentation. So hair and face today.
So today, guys, we are going to talk about topical usage for face and hair. Today's discussion, we're going to go into adding CBD to your daily routine and hair and face fundamentals. We want to go into a little bit about benefits of CBD to the face and why it is excellent, benefits of CBD to the hair and scalp, and then we're going to focus on EvoCann's face, hair, and scalp products and why they will be the best recommendation for you to get the best benefits of CBD. So, KG, if you want to elaborate a little bit on those topics for us.
Sure. And, well, yeah, this is what we're chatting about today. Let me see. I know Jamie mentioned that. Sorry, I was taking a question. You do see the product icon to the right. These are, we'll get into more of this. The reason why I really love this icon, and I'm just going to spend a second to talk about it right now, is what we find out is you move through EvoCann's products. You find out what products really work for you and what's your routine. And you can see up on the screen, I posted my routine. So I use all these products on a daily basis, and you can see, and we'll get into this, how they help me with my hair and my scalp and keeping my complexion clear. I used to have acne as a kid, so we'll get into some of the products and how they can really help your health. So you see, we jump to the next slide. So the basics of adding CBD to your daily routine. And we just wanted to talk about maybe 3 points that you should be aware of and things you really want to think about when adding CBD to your current routine. If you already take supplements, if you already have a condition, if you're dealing with any medical issues, these are the things you want to understand, along with some of the things that Jamie mentioned earlier, like diet. Those are the things that are really, really important to your routine. So the 3 things we're going to talk about today really quickly. Purpose. What's the purpose of the CBD that you're putting in your body? What are you trying to do? Are you trying to take a daily supplement to just help with aches and pains? Or, for example, are you have a more focused reason? If we have a patient going through menopause, if you have a patient dealing with cancer, their routine is going to be much different than someone that's just using CBD for everyday aches and pains and, de-stressing their body. The next aspect is how do you prefer to consume the CBD? There's lots of ways to get CBD absorbed into the body. We'll talk about more of those with our products in greater detail. A case in point that I'm gonna throw out there, and Jamie hates this because I use this all the time. He's not a capsule person, where I actually prefer capsules. I'd rather just have a capsule that I can ingest like a vitamin, and get my get my daily supplements that way. So with our CBD capsules, I prefer those, where some people just don't like capsules and they maybe prefer like the gummy or the tincture or the drinkables. So you really want to understand and really think about this. How do you prefer to consume CD into your body? How do you want to get it on your body? Topically? Do you want to ingest it? And that's also influenced by what are you trying to do. And then the last aspect is dosage and frequency. How much do you need in your body, and how often do you need it in your body on a daily basis? Again, if you're dealing with cancer, you're going to have a higher dosage than someone that's dealing with just inflammation and pain. And that frequency, if you're dealing with stage 4 cancer, you might have a frequency of taking CBD 4 times a day. Or an epileptic patient that may have to take CBD, 4 or 5 times a day versus, just your average normal person once or twice a day. So we make a lot of different products to give the convenience of getting CBD into your body in a whole bunch of different ways. And we'll talk about those.
So, and everybody, hair and face fundamentals, and that was a great explanation, KG. To get into some of the fundamentals for hair and face, oil management, very key bullet right there. A lot of us aren't even aware of what our skin type is, if we're oily, non-oily. So you should definitely start out there. You want to know if you have oily skin, it doesn't best suit you to buy products that are going to be heavily oily also. And the same thing, if you don't produce enough oil, you want to get a product that will make up for what your body's not producing. So please understand where you fall into that category of having oily skin or not. And then we also want to talk about daily cleaning and toning of the skin. Super, super important, everybody. We have to deal with the barriers on the outside as far as weather. In addition to that, what we walk around, our hands touch everything on a daily basis.
Pollution too.
Pollution as well. Having a healthcare background, I'm used to washing my hands multiple times a day. And when I say multiple, I mean multiple. Probably every time I touch something, I'm going to wash my hands right after that. And the reason being, I also have a habit of constantly touching my face. So you want to make sure that your hands are clean, and you want to make sure that you're cleaning your face at least 2 times a day and using an excellent toner. This way it will enhance your complexion and make sure we keep your skin looking nice and healthy. Diet, super, super important. Why is diet important, everybody? Because what goes in and on our bodies is everything.
They say you are what you eat. So
exactly. And if what you put on your body, if you're absorbing 60% of that, that's super important. But what you're putting in your body, you're absorbing even more of that. So you want to make sure that we're putting some of the best things in our body, because it does affect hair as well as your face.
Can I say one thing on diet too?
Sure.
And to add to Jamie's point on diet, for those followers or clients that are dealing with like advanced diseases or a condition, you really want to think about diet as stacking the deck in your favor. Meaning, if you're dealing with kind of an autoimmune disease, you want to make sure you're eating twice as much, really natural good food, whole foods. And it's crazy that we have to reteach, the average American how to eat a healthy diet. But if you looked at the average American diet over the last 40 years, it isn't very nutritious. And this is why we see cancer skyrocketing, diabetes skyrocketing in the U.S. I think the latest diabetes statistics in the U.S. is that 20% of the population will have diabetes over time, and that will increase with the baby boomers heading towards retirement. So it wouldn't be unheard of to have about a quarter of the population either pre-diabetic or diabetic at some point. And then from there, you're talking cancers and neurologic diseases after that. So diet, if there's one thing we can stress today is prevent a lot of these lifestyle autoimmune diseases that we're talking about by just eating better food, better, nutritious, whole food.
I would have to agree with that, KG. Definitely. Thanks. Great point. And everybody, I just wanted to say also, in addition to what KG was just saying, we want to definitely ensure that I challenge everybody to go back and do a little research. Go look up gut health. Do a little research on it, and within our next webinar that we have, ask us some questions in reference to gut health, because it's really key and everything really starts there. The last bullet for hair and face fundamentals, things to avoid. We got 4 big things.
My favorite topic.
Yep. I'm going to touch bases on one of them, KG, and I'm going to let you have the other 3. But the 4 topics are dairy, cortisol, chemicals, and stress. I want to touch on the stress part just a little, and I'm going to let KG touch on the other three. Stress is one of the worst things you can do to your body, if not the worst. Regardless of what the product is or what you're doing physically, if you're stressed, you're not going to see the best results that you could within the products or anything. Stress will damage your hair. It will cause breakouts within your skin, your face. So you want to make sure that you are, try to your best to live your happiest life, because it will in turn show within your hair, your face, everything, even how you maneuver and how you feel. So try your best to avoid stress, everybody. I know it's hard, but we got to try our best, okay? KG, if you want to touch on those other three bullets.
Yep. And so Jamie touched on stress. Yeah, that is probably the most important bullet in that group. Stress will kill you. Stress can kill you. Stress is actually the number one killer in the United States. People just don't think about it that way. It's called hypertension and inflammation. Inflammation is the body's response to stress. So it's your muscular system that's going to be inflamed. Your muscles are going to be inflamed, meaning they're going to swell, and your joints are going to swell, and you're going to feel that extra pressure in your body. And hypertension is your circulatory system. So your veins, your heart, your arteries, they're going to swell, and then you feel migraines. You get high blood pressure. These are the things that will lead over time if you keep having stressful situations. These are the things that cause disease. And this is why we talked about stress first. The next topic, I think, is cortisol. And cortisol is the chemical that is produced by stress. When I see we have a question, does CBD help lower cortisol in the body? It actually does. Ingesting CBD will help lower cortisol in the body, and as well as reducing the amount of hypertension, your circulatory system, your heart, your arteries, how much blood and pressure you're putting on your internal body and your organs. CBD can also help decrease that. So ingesting CBD on a basis, this is why it's so great for inflammation and hypertension throughout the body, in the skin, in the muscular system, in the circulatory system, in the neurologic system. A lot of different systems respond well to CBD. So yeah, stress and cortisol are the most important things.
Great question, Kim. Thanks for that.
And then I would say the next most important one is dairy. And you have to do your research about dairy. There's a lot of studies being done now on dairy and the adverse effects of dairy. Unfortunately, the Dairy Council is a very powerful lobby, so you'll continue to see dairy as a nutritious food. All we're saying is please do your research and find out if you are intolerable to dairy. Most people are. And when you put dairy into your body, it has so many negative effects, particularly in your gut stress, irritable bowel syndrome, and it can cause acne as well. So it can influence the skin and the skin health. Dairy is extremely influential in your body. So you want to research a little bit and understand what dairy does to your body, dairy products. So any animal milk, cheese, yogurts, those are the things that you kind of want to limit and understand how they affect your health. And then the last ones are chemicals. And when I say chemicals, these are typically meant as carcinogens, and carcinogens are chemicals known to cause cancer. So we're starting to see a lot of those in the news lately. And one that we talk about was, I think we talked about this in the last webinar, was Johnson & Johnson's baby powder. Baby powder had the biggest lawsuit, I think 3 or 4 years ago, for product recall. It caused cervical cancer in women. So again, the products that we put in our bodies that we don't think about, we think that they're helping us, could actually be hurting us. And you have to be very, very aware of the chemicals that are in the products that you're using. Great, I think we got through that slide.
Great point, Ken.
Okay, so now we're gonna jump into more of the product stuff, and there's a lot of information. So I'm gonna shrink this window a little bit so I can get the video out the way. And okay, so I'm gonna enlarge this a little bit as we speak. But on this slide, we're talking about the benefits of EvoCann's full spectrum facial products. So all of our products are full spectrum, meaning we use full spectrum CBD. It's tested, it's sourced organically, it's bought in the United States. We know the fields, the varieties it comes from. We have the testing results. Full spectrum means that it comes from nature just as is. It's not stripped down. There's nothing taken out of it. It's still dark in color. As you refine hemp extracts, a lot of producers remove, for example, the phytonutrients, the things that are in there by Mother Nature to help with other medical issues in our body. So we don't remove any of that. We keep all our product full spectrum, and we design our products around that. So again, we mentioned general benefits of having CBD on the face and on the skin. Again, anti-inflammatory, right? That's the biggest thing. You want to reduce the stress wherever you can in your body. So particularly what that means on the face is if you're less inflamed on the skin and the face, your skin is much more relaxed. You're not over wear and tear. You're not overexerting the skin. You're not pushing your body past its comfort zone, putting it in a compromised position over and over again. So keeping the amount of inflammation in your body minimized is super important, particularly on the face. You don't want to age prematurely. And that's why we see anti-aging benefit from CBD, because it helps relax the skin. So if you're wear and tearing your skin excessively, then you're going to have aging, you're going to see wrinkles, you're going to see fine lines appear, you're going to see your skin not be as robust. The other two benefits from CBD really quickly, it helps induce new skin growth and complexion balance. So as it's starting to clean the subderm and the different layers and scars and blemishes that you may hold deep in your skin layers, the new skin will grow and push those scars up to the surface, and over time they will fade. And then scar, blemish, and dark spot fading, I just mentioned that. So they all kind of work hand in hand. These are the benefits of having full spectrum CBD products on your face. And Jamie's going to speak to directly some of the products. Jump in, Jamie.
Sure. Right. So as KG was saying, we have there are excellent benefits of CBD when it comes to your facial products. The first one that we have listed is our full spectrum facial serum. Excellent. It is excellent for the weather conditions, just for keeping your skin healthy, vibrant, looking healthy. If everybody could pay attention or just take a look at the young lady that's on the screen that has all the red dots around her face and the lines on her face. We did not do that. The diagram is like that intentionally. And we want to educate you on the appropriate way that you should be applying a moisturizer or a serum to your skin. And the reason why you see those lines there in the movement, because when you're applying a moisturizer or serum to your face, you want to make sure you're going in these motions or these directions to remove the toxins out of your body, out of your face,
in your skin.
In your skin. In addition to that, you're exercising the muscles that are in your face, because just like we exercise everywhere else, we want to lift weights, you need to exercise your facial muscles. It keeps your skin looking tight. It keeps your skin looking healthy. And as I said, most importantly, you remove the toxins by doing those facial exercises when applying either full spectrum facial serum. We also have full spectrum lotion that you can apply to your face. These products are excellent, as KG mentioned, for scars, blemishes, just the daily wear and tear that you might even endure when dealing with Mother Nature. So it's very good. In addition to those two, I want to also talk about our full spectrum lip balm. In addition to your face, which your lips are on your face, your lips also encounter a lot of damage if you're a smoker, just from the cold weather, chapped lips. There's several conditions that you might have to where the lip balm would be beneficial for you. It also helps with scar, blemishes, and dark spots, which you can experience those on your lips as well. So for an internal application, as we spoke of in the previous side, what you put on the inside is just as important or more. So you could also tincture. Tincture is excellent if you want to take an application of that for internal CBD application. It is excellent for the benefits that will for your face as well. So you have a number of different ways that you could get the benefits of CBD to benefit for your face. I spoke of our facial serum, our lotion, our lip balm, and our tincture. KG, he's going to elaborate a little bit as far as our facial serum and the testing that we've done on it, just to show you that we're serious about this and we take pride in what we do.
So thank you guys. Thanks, Jamie. And bear with me. I'm trying to just kind of zoom in on our testing results. We had a question come in, and this is going to help kind of better answer it. So what you see in front of you is our Steep Hill testing results. Steep Hill is the largest cannabis testing company in the world. They're based in Northern California. It's great to be, use them as a resource to get all our products tested. And what you see in front of you is a test result from November. We tested the formula for a face serum, and what this shows is it has roughly 168 milligrams full spectrum CBD per one fluid ounce bottle, and it's what Jamie was showing. Is that a 1 ounce or 2 ounce?
This is a 1 ounce.
Yeah, the 1 ounce. So 168 milligrams of CBD total in this bottle as you apply it on the face. The question that came in is, so if something or a product doesn't say full spectrum, am I not going to get potent product? You may or may not. You have to look at the test results. So full spectrum means that the oil, the CBD or the hemp extract oil that was used met a certain criteria because it had all the cannabinoids in the rainbow. It wasn't just, for example, CBD by itself. It could have CBDA, THCA, THCV, CBGV, all the different subcannabinoids. And in the testing result, these are the different subcannabinoids you see. So full spectrum, you see the THC show up, you see a little bit of THC, it's under the legal limit, and then you see the CBD spike. Now, if this was just pure, what we call isolate, meaning it's just one cannabinoid, it's just CBD by itself, there's no other cannabinoids, there's no CBDA, there's no THC, it's just pure CBD. Again, it depends on what are you trying to do in your body with that CBD. We recommend full spectrum products for more medical applications. So if you're trying to do something medically, for example, say decrease your inflammation in your body, or what's another thing? If you had skin cancer and you're trying to eradicate a tumor on your body, right? You want to make sure that you're getting full spectrum oil because you want to hit that cancer, that tumor, with everything Mother Nature has to offer, particularly in hemp and cannabis. Which is CBD, CBDA, some of the different subcannabinoids. They really do have a medical effect. It's the entourage effect. And what we're showing here is our products are tested, and we see the different cannabinoids show up throughout our product. So when we know they're high dose, we see the oil that we use come through in our products on the lab results for the finished product. And this is what is ending up in your body through the skin. So we're very proud of our results. When you buy CBD products from if you buy any products from a CBD company, you want to make sure you understand the results and where their CBD comes from and be able to see results and know what's going to end up in your body. That's super important. We'll talk about a little bit more detail for our hair and beard products and scalp products on the next page. So same exact thing here. I'm going to move this around a little bit because it got a little jostled with our video. I'm going to shrink us so you guys can actually see the information and not hear us ramble so much.
Sorry about all the movement, everyone.
Yeah, sorry. New program, trying it out. Really love it. Makes it a lot easier. Okay, so on this slide, we're going to talk about the benefits of EvoCann's full spectrum hair and scalp products. And again, I'm just going to preface that we said hair means hair and beard. So beard for the men, scalp more focused for the women. The benefits of CBD generally with the scalp, again, are anti-inflammatory. So it can really help de-stress the scalp. And we're going to talk about why that is so important. It's anti-aging again. So this will help you with premature graying and balding and receding. Induces hair follicle growth. Again, it stimulates growth. It keeps the body regenerating new cells and helps that process so we can detoxify and get all the toxins out of our body on a consistent basis and keep things moving. It can also soothe head pain or headaches or migraines by applying CBD to the temple. So these are some of the benefits. Again, we talked about them on the last slide, but again, the same rings true for the scalp and the hair. The anti-inflammatory, really de-stressing the scalp is super important. Our scalps are often over-processed, are subject to the environment, the sun, weather, chemical products that we put in our hair. It all ends up in the scalp. It all ends up in the bloodstream in the body. Anti-aging. So yeah, again, having CBD on the scalp and in your products on a daily basis can help protect from premature graying and balding. If you're giving your hair follicles and your scalp the right nutrients, it will stay healthy, will be healthy, and you'll see the response in your hair follicle. You'll see a healthy hair growth. You'll see healthy hair growth. It won't be as dry. It'll be better managed moisture, and then you'll see that regeneration process start to take place. And then the last two, induce hair follicle growth and can help with headaches and migraines. So inducing follicle growth, again, stimulating the root, making sure that it's well fed and the nutrients are there on the scalp when you're using the product. It will help your scalp regenerate and grow. Can soothe headache and pains and migraines. And I love this one. Just started recently doing this myself. Instead of taking like Tylenol or an aspirin if I feel a headache or migraine come on, I've actually tried the lotion and some of our massage cream on my temple. It actually helps with your everyday headache or migraine. Jamie, did I miss anything out on this one?
Nope.
Okay, so now we get into some of the products. I'm gonna let Jamie do his thing, and then I'm gonna jump back in with some of the testing details and some of our what goes into our products. So
Yeah, thanks, Kay. So product-wise, I'm going to show you today our full spectrum hair and scalp oil. Excellent, excellent, excellent. As KG said, you want to make sure you don't have clogged follicle growth. You want to ensure that you don't have premature. You want to eliminate premature grays. You want to try to prevent all of that. And hair and scalp oil, in addition to our other products, shampoo, they're great preventative measures that you can take to help in those areas. So if you want to try to prevent hair loss, graying of hair, thinning of hair, losing hair completely, we recommend that you try our line of products, starting with the full spectrum hair and scalp oil, the shampoo, and then we also have for the men, hair and beard balm. In addition to taking those three products, we want to have an internal application of CBD as well, because what you put on the inside, as we've constantly said, is just as important or even more so important. So a good application for our internal CBD dosage would be a daily capsule. We spoke of tincture earlier. We just give you another method in which you could get the same dosage, and daily capsule will be excellent for that. And KG, if you want to elaborate a little more.
A couple things about our hair and beard balm and our scalp oil. And so both of these products were designed to really moisturize the scalp, tone the scalp, and feed the scalp as well. Actually, it's these products. So here's your...
This is the hair and beard balm.
Yeah, and the hair beard balm, and then the scalp oil, right? So I'm going to get into what's in these in a second, but they were designed to feed the scalp, nurture the scalp, moisturize the scalp, and protect it from over-processing the environment. All those things that you come into contact on a daily basis that can gray, that can, destroy the hair follicle or damage the scalp. So we're going to stack the deck in your favor and give your scalp everything it needs to be healthy and moisturized, right? Again, we talk about the testing results. I'm going to zoom this out just a little bit and zoom this in so you guys can see our testing results. So these are the testing results for the hair and scalp oil. Again, through Steep Hill in California, the lab result came back. It showed about 140 milligrams of full spectrum CBD per fluid ounce. So one of those tubes has over 100 milligrams of CBD for the scalp. So it's getting the right nutrients. It's in there. And if you look to the right, I believe on your screen, you'll see the product label. And I'm going to zoom in on this a little bit as well, just so we can show you what we put in our product and what we're talking about. So in our product, we have avocado oil, castor oil, hemp seed oil, shea butter, full spectrum extract oil, jojoba oil, pumpkin seed oil, perilla seed oil, sea buckthorn oil, carrot seed oil, helichrysum oil, cypress essential oil, and patchouli essential oil. So again, you didn't hear any chemicals there, mostly essential oils and natural oils from nature. One thing about avocado oil, we're extreme proponents of avocado. It's very nutritious for the scalp and the skin. High vitamin C, lots of polyphenols, lots of phytonutrients that really feed the skin and the scalp to regenerate growth and help that process of cell regeneration. There's nothing better than avocado oil for that, as well as castor oil. Castor oil is known to promote hair growth, help damaged hair, overprocessed hair, get back on its feet. So a lot of these ingredients that we put in these products are specifically engineered and designed to help the scalp, help the body regenerate, except CBD. Of course, all our products are cannabis based, so they have full spectrum CBD. But we put other things, the very best of what Mother Nature has to offer, in a lot of different realms, whether it's minerals, essential oils, botanicals, all types of things that we look for around the world, so we can put the very best with our cannabinoids into your product. So just wanted to show that really quickly. And then lastly, this is what you really want to see. And sorry for moving around the presentation. This is what a hair follicle looks like. So this is a very unhealthy scalp. If you look at it, you see dryness, you see the dander forming on the follicle root, you see calcium buildup. this is what can go on in your scalp if you don't really spend the time and maintenance to maintain and clean and detoxify your scalp, as well as feed it. So you see the dandruff, you see hair breakage, you see premature graying. This is what our product will help with. It will help keep the scalp clean, keep it hygienic, keep things off it that shouldn't be growing, contaminants, pollutions, pollen, molds that should not be on your body. You want to wash and make sure your scalp is fed. So this is kind of just a close-up look on a scalp, a very unhealthy scalp. So I just wanted to educate folks a little bit more on our products and why our hair, beard, scalp products are what they are and why they test out the way they test. So I think that concludes our presentation. Let's see if there's any other questions on the line.
Yep. So thank you, KG. We're going to go ahead and take some time for questions now. Just a reminder, please be sure to type your questions into the question box in your control panel, everybody. It looks like we have a few questions there. Kim has been asking most of them, everybody. Don't let Kim show you up. Let's ask questions so we all can be educated, okay? I'm going to take the next question, which is from Kim. And Kim wants to know can she put this on her eyelashes?
I think I've heard of every question out there, but I've never heard about eyelashes. So this is a great question. It's kind of stumping me. Is there a reason why you want to put on your eyelashes, Miss Kim? Is there any more information, or is it just a general question?
And while you're typing your answer to that, Kim, what I would just, for me thinking, if you were to apply this to your eyelashes, it would need to be a very thin layer of it. It's a sensitive area around the eyes, so you want to be very cautious about that. And I would apply very thin layer if you chose to, and just see how it works from there. Asian eyelashes are thin. Oh, okay.
I'm part Asian. I don't have thin eyelashes. Just playing.
So Kim's reason for asking because Asian eyelashes are thin. So it's an excellent question, Kim. I would just say maybe start off with a very light application of it on your eyelashes. Don't go heavy at all because you don't want it to start running down into your eye, anything like that, or irritate you. So as I said, the eyes are very sensitive. So I would just caution you to be very careful. And, a light application, I don't think, me personally, that it would do anything. The ingredients, KG read most of them. They're not harmful, but you still want to be careful when you're placing anything around the eye area.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And just caution you if you are going to use some of the, for example, the hair and scalp oil, if you were trying to stimulate your eyelashes to grow so that they come in thicker, I would actually recommend just using our full spectrum CBD oil without the essential oils. Not that the essential oils will hurt you, but if you get them in your eye, they could irritate your eye. Essentials are a little more powerful than just a carrier oil. So I would kind of reduce it just to more of a basic oil if you're going to kind of put it in the eye zone to stimulate the eyelash to grow. But in theory, it technically should help keep them healthy, keep that eyelash as full as it possibly can be. And when it regenerates, it actually might come in thicker. So it can help give you a healthier, thicker eyebrow or hair follicle, I should say. Because again, at the end of the day, it's all hair follicles, and just some of them are specialized. So there's hair follicles for the scalp, and then there's hair follicles for the face, and then of course the ones on the eyelid are very sensitive and slightly different. But in general, they all kind of follow the same principle.
And Kim, I would also say, I would encourage you also, maybe don't only think of topical applications. Think internal also.
Oh, good point.
Everyday CBD application, whether a gummy or tincture or capsule. By just having that CBD in your system and developing it on a daily basis, that could also help assist within the problem with the eyelashes. So let's not forget internal, which is extremely important.
Yep. And let's see, do we have any other questions, Jamie?
Let's see, any other questions, guys?
Here we go.
None at the moment. Kim, well, we thank you. Okay, one more from Kim. Beyond CBD capsules, what other benefits are in the capsule?
What other benefits are in the capsule? Okay, so good question. So our internal products are designed to really give your body a foundation to, one, be its best, have the right nutrients, and protect the body from anything that could be, or any unwanted growths, any tumors, any cancers that could be, kind of residing in the body. We want to kill those. So those are more of the benefits, the general benefits of taking CBD internally. It's really disease prevention. If I can't stress that enough, that's one of the biggest advantages of taking CBD internally. It's keeping, taking a high enough dose so that you can keep the cancers from growing, the tumors from growing, and then keep the body's inflammation down. Because over time, over a longer period of time, reduced inflammation on the body ages the body far, far less. So at the end of the day, that's the game you want. You want to make sure that, your life, you're getting, a high quality life, what we call our full spectrum lifestyle. Find your balance of products that work into your routine that can give you optimization in your daily life, that you're not dealing with, everyday aches and pains. You're not dealing with migraines, headaches. You're not dealing with, stiffness in your joints. You're resting better, you're eating better, you have an overall better quality of life. And this is what we preach with our products. And you'll see that quoted in our future webinars, the full spectrum lifestyle. And when we speak to that, that's what we're shooting for. So taking CBD internally through capsule or the drinkables it puts you in a very good place from a defensive standpoint on a daily basis for your body. So those are some of the intrinsic benefits of taking CBD internally. The last benefit you'll see, it shows up in places like your skin, your hair, your joint health. You're not feeling that you're inflamed. That's kind of like a very noticeable side effect of consuming CBD for other reasons. You get the full benefit over time. So great question, Ms. Kim. I see you asking a lot of questions. We really appreciate it. I'll throw out there next week's topic is going to be detoxing with bath bombs and bath salt. And it's one of our favorite topics, using our bath products to also help this detoxification process, getting the impurities out of your body, helping the body to regenerate, that every 90, 120 day cycle to get the right things in your body so that that cycle can happen more effectively in your body and your life is, you have a higher quality of life and you feel a lot better.
You're more balanced. So, great, everybody. Kim, we're glad you love it. Again, we appreciate all your questions. It looks like we've covered all the questions. KG, is there anything else you wanted to cover before we wrap up?
No, just a thank you to everybody, and thank you for the support. And we'll be tuning in next week again to talk about detoxing with bath bombs and bath salts. So we get to talk about our bath products. So we'll shoot our webinar from the tub. That was a bad joke.
Bad joke.
But thank you guys. We will see you next week. And
enjoy your weekend.
Send those questions in, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Live a full spectrum life. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.